This is a 2012 Prius. It's the third generation of the Prius line. You know, the first Prius was sold in the summer of 2000, and there's been over 1 million sold in the world so far. And Toyota is truly the innovator in the hybrid technology of this car. The sleek design of this car with the apex in the top of the roofline here gives a lot more headroom in the car than you would actually believe would be in here. Also, because of the sleek design of the car, you're going to get an excellent gas mileage with a combined city and highway of 50 miles per gallon and a drag coefficient of only 0.25. Now 0.25 is incredible. Most cars are going to be over 3 and some even into the 4 range. But this car has 0.25, which is one of the reasons it gets such great gas mileage. And also because the way everything fits with the flush mounted glass and the way this slopes up over the top, it's an extremely quiet car to drive. Now I mentioned the front bumper a little while ago, and a couple of things they've changed this year. There's a light emitting diode down here, an LED light, which is for the daytime running lights. It takes less power to run, and it's also brighter, and it really has been moved from here to over here to make it a lot more visible. The hood, you'll notice, is easy to open. It has a safety latch on it in case you accidentally pop it. Once you look under the hood, you're going to notice that we have both a gas engine in under here. It's a 1.8 liter with over 90 horsepower produced here. It's a double overhead cam engine. It alone, producing over 90 horsepower, is sufficient to transport the car down the highway at a good clip. But also, underneath the hood, you'll also notice this right here. This is the inverter-converter function, and this is what makes this hybrid car work. It takes the battery power, which is a DC current, and turns it to an AC, which operates the electric motor, which helps the car drive down the road. Now, when you first take off in this, you'll notice it is off full electric for the first few miles an hour, then the gas engine will kick in. Now, once you give it a little more gas, the gas engine will really take into effect, and if you really floor it and you really want all the power, then the gas engine and the electric motor work together to get you the most power and torque and take off and driving down the road. And then if you let your foot off the gas engine is going to cut off, and it's going to start charging the battery, going back through here in reverse, turning AC power back to DC to charge your batteries. A couple of other things that you might want to see while you're under the hood here is that this car, like all other Toyotas, has pre-designated crumple zones built into this car for safety reasons. Anytime you're in a frontal accident, these little indentations here is where this car is going to bend and absorb energy to keep from transferring energy back into the passenger compartment of this vehicle. That, along with the 9 airbags in the vehicle, makes this vehicle, if you do have an accident, a very safe vehicle. You're almost in a cocoon of safety with all the airbags and the cellular cage construction of this car. Let me show you a few things on the passenger side of this car. You'll notice I'm a pretty good sized fellow, and I can get in and out very easily. Have plenty of leg room. There's a couple of things you might be aware of when you get in here. There's still a lot of headroom in here. There's 2 glove boxes, one here and one down here. There's also plenty of storage in the door, and you'll notice how everything fits so well in here. You don't have a door handle that's going to come off in your hand somewhere down the road. You also notice there's plenty of glass, plenty of view, and the glass is tinted, so you're not going to have that bad glare coming in, and it's going to protect the inside because it is treated for UV protection. The rear hatch opens with a hidden release right here. It's just above the tag. You have storage underneath here that you can also take this up, flip it over, put golf shoes and things like that in there and won't get your carpet dirty. You also notice that this has the 40/60 rear seats. You can fold these completely flat, put a longer something in like your golf clubs or things like that, and still have some room for passengers to sit on the other side. When you pull this down, you'll notice that this glass here is much darker tinted than this here. That helps reduce the glare from people that are following you down the road. It also comes standard with the rear window defroster and also a rear wiper. Toyota has always had the customer in mind when it comes to laying out the cockpit of any vehicle that they sell. Ergonomics is very important to them. Everything in this cockpit right here, and I call it a cockpit because that's kind of what it is now with all the computers and such, is laid out to where the driver can drive safely, view down the road. The touch trace system here on the steering column, once you become accustomed to it, you can do a lot of things. You can change the temperature control, you can change the radio station, you can change the AM to FM to XM, whatever that you want to do by simply putting your finger on here, and it's going to flash up here what it is. You make your change, and you can only have to glance down here instead of down to the steering column. You also have here a hands-free telephone device where you can answer the phone, and it's going to display up here also on this screen. The radio has a 6.1-inch display on it. It's an AM, FM, XM radio type with also the MP3 player on it. It's got a very large display screen where it's easily seen. The air conditioner is set up with an electric compressor on it, so it's not belt driven, so it'll actually not take away power from the engine itself. There's 3 different drive modes in here. Once you get in here, it's a little bit unique if you've never been into a hybrid before. You have an EV mode. Now the EV mode in this particular car means that under certain conditions, when the battery is fully charged, you can drive for a short distance strictly on the battery itself. The Eco mode, which is what most people drive in, is going to give you the best gas economy. That's when you're going to get closest to the 50 combined highway. It's going to let the engine and the gas engine and your electric motor work in conjunction with each other to get you the best fuel mileage. And then you got the power mode. If you have a little bit of a heavy foot and you want to get up and go, this will change the shifting pattern. It will actually give you more power to the engine. You also have your electric mirror controls here within easy reach. Your dash lights are right here. Of course, all your other instrumentation is right in here. Your turn signals, your wiper mode, all this is sitting right here, easy to reach, makes it a lot safer. You don't have to take your eyes off the road while you're driving it down the highway. My name's Ken Steele. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from the Prius. It's a great car, and I hope that you'll buy one soon.